Welcome to Lanmou Spiritual. This is a general reading for Cancer, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or anyone who will feel like watching this reading, regardless of the time, really. This is for the first week of March 2020. This is for you, Cancer. Let's see what messages Spirit have for you. We are starting out with the Wisdom Oracle deck. Okay, we have a flipper. That's your card. Chopwood. Let me tell you, this card has been so popular today. My goodness. Okay, so I guess it's that full moon energy coming up, that full moon in Virgo, because Virgo is all about paying attention to details, like the details of our life, our routines, right? Our daily habits. To pay attention, are they in alignment with ourselves? And this is what this card is asking us to do, really, to pay attention to the things, the mundane, those activities that, those tasks that we must tackle, that all together create this big major achievements, right, that we're trying to realize. That it's important, every single one of those little tasks. It's almost like we're being called, all of us, to ask ourselves, are we doing the things that are in alignment with ourselves? Are we doing the things that are going to bring us closer to our goals, closer to our life purpose? Okay, with chop wood, all those little things, they are important. So exchanging gifts, yeah, we've seen that one too today already. So we have exchanging gifts here for you, Cancer. It's all about being the present to other people, right? Being the gift to other people world, to be generous with your time, generous with your resources, generous with yourself, okay? And to recognize that, we're not doing things just to get something. Sometimes it's important to do things because that's our duties. That's what's required of us. That's what needs to be done, okay? That's our part. That's your card here. That's the main theme of this reading for you. And you are not the first person that has received this message here from Spirit. So this is quite an important message during this time period. Oh, big splash here for you. Let's see. We have some cards that fell on the floor. We're gonna get them. Sorry, Cancer. Give me a second. Let's see. What did we have that fell? We had the Five of Pentacles and the Two of Cups. So for some of you, maybe you might be feeling during this time that you are feeling quiet at a loss when it comes to love, to a union. You may be feeling kind of like you are not getting the support, the accolades, perhaps even the offer or the return of affection that you would like when it comes to a love situation. And I feel like I need to cleanse this card a little bit more for you, Cancer. And I do so in between reading as I meditate on your energy before I start recording and I shuffle the cards. But there's something here. Let's see. Let's cleanse this card a little bit more for you, dear. All right, we're gonna shuffle a little bit more. We're gonna do a little bit more shuffling for you, okay? Reshuffling. This is for you, Cancer. But yeah, with that Five of Pentacles here, it's a sense of lack, okay? And the Two of Cups is a card of union, of harmony. So for some of you, you may feel a sense of abandonment, a sense of like where you've been overlooked in a love situation, where someone is not returning the love. All right, let's see here what messages Spirit have for you, Cancer, during this time. I have ashes on the table. Let's see, messages for Cancer. And we are using the Witch's Tarot for the main reading. And we'll do a Celtic cross, okay? And I'll walk you guys through it. And as always, if the message resonates or you enjoy my style of reading, please like, comment, subscribe, leave a comment, let me know. Let's see here, messages for Cancer, messages for Cancer. Messages for Cancer. Lot of this is the Two of Wands. Lot of cards jumping out for you, Cancer. Two of Wands is a card of choice, making a choice. Okay, some of you may feel like you're at a point where you have to choose a path going forward. It's cutting the card. Let's see. And you guys, I'm using a new mic. Let me know if the sound is better for you. Oh, I'll show it to you. Partnership. There's only one person in that card of partnership does. This is the Three of Pentacles, Capricorn energy, right? So let's see what's causing this. Is a central issue about partnership, and usually it's about partnership in regards to work. But it could be a partnership or even a three-party situation here, where there's only one person that's actually doing the work. Okay, that's focusing on what needs to be done. Here we have the Knight of Pentacles. That is slow moving energy, but it's also very grounded. It's something that is safe, something that's secure. Okay, so if some of you have been trying to manifest a partnership, whether it's a work partnership or it's a love partnership, just know that the work that you've done, that you can only control yourself. First of all, you can focus on the things that you can contribute to the team, to the relationship. That's what you can focus yourself on, to give freely and openly yourself, the way how much can you give with maintaining your self-esteem, yourself intact without causing injury to yourself. That's the part that you can control, right? You can keep praying on it and you can do that part, but you cannot control what the other person do. You cannot control what your other teammates do, because everybody knows, like in a relationship, the walls of the partner. And of course you can talk about it, like, you know, about your expectations. Like, even if it's a work situation, it's a project you're working on, there's always, you guys always hold, there's always meetings, and if you're not doing so, you should, to talk about the expectations. What exactly are we working on? What is the purpose of this? What is the timeline of this? What is expected at the end of this? How are we going to maintain this going forward? All of those needs to be talked about, so at the end of the day, everyone knows what's expected. So if you're in a partnership and you're the only one, you feel like you're the only one doing the work, you feel like you don't have the support, you know, you feel like you've been abandoned to just do everything yourself, things are moving very slowly. It may be the way you're seeing it, all right, Cancer? Because with the Knight of Pentacles here, this is not the Knight of Swords, like, or the Knight, even the Knight of Wands, where someone is flip-flopping to you, like not being really non-committal. It's just about the passion, you know, like just coming in full of energy and then they disappear, you don't see them again. This is a very grounded Knight, the Knight of Pentacles, and they usually bring a lot more security and a sense of safety with them, because they take their time, they're very meticulous about the work, they're very cautious, right? So there may be even a bit of hesitation, but once they make that decision and they commit themselves to something, they are in it. Okay, so for some of you, if you're not seeing what the other person is working on, there may be a time here for y'all to have a conversation about, okay, status update, you know, work update, what are we doing? I've been working on this, what about you? Are we still in this together? Okay, because I feel like there may be a lot of assumptions being made here for some of you, because chop wood is also talks about doing the work in full faith, knowing that there's a payoff at the end, but without so much hanging on like, oh, something is coming, where is the other side, but just doing the work and being present in the moment and taking a sense of pride in the work that you're doing, every tiny little details, especially if you've been left to with the perhaps not so glamorous task, okay, about the project. Even if it's a relationship, you may feel like, oh, why am I doing all this? I'm the one that have to do this. Just take pride in this. Just take pride in doing that. You're working towards something great here, and it's going to start showing results, like in the right time. Everything has its season, right? There's a time to plow. There's a time to work the soil. There's a time to plant the seeds. There's a time to water, the seeds, and the time to watch it grow, to wait for it, to weed it out, and a time to harvest. So understanding the ebb and flow of the universe, and to work with that energy with patience and understanding, and also to be clear-minded about your role is very, very important here. Let's keep going, folks. Oh my goodness. You see at the foundation, we have the Ace of Pentacles. There is an offer on the table here. There's a new beginning that you're trying to set out. Look at all this Pentacle energy. And I know right now we are in Capricorn energy, but there's a lot of Capricorn energy for you during this time, Cancer. And you're a water sign, but look at all this grounded energy. You are being grounded during this time, okay? For some of you, you may be very much so used to the feelings, emotions, and going through things based on what am I feeling right now, to be very emotional about things. And spirit is almost like calling on you to ground yourself, to use some of that Capricorn energy we have going on. You're gonna be pushed towards grounding yourself because you're trying to create something new here, a new beginning, and it requires you to be to not just be so much focusing on your feelings and emotion, but to also be grounded, to also be realistic almost. Here we have the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands, this is advice, is a card of setting boundaries. And for some of you, it may need also to not be setting too much boundaries, okay? To not be too overly cautious where you're leaving people out. Okay? Because it seems here you're in a very idealistic place in that Nine of Wands. There's the sun shining in the back. We have flowers growing, and we have this barricade here. It's springtime, and she's smiling. It's like, why are you fighting? You have a big smile in your face. Are we playing play fight here? So there's a need here for some of you. You may be fighting for nothing. It's like you may be fighting yourself. It's like there's no one here is your enemy. It's like, lay down the swords. Lay down the swords, Cancer. It's okay. And here we have the Seven of Pentacles. More Pentacles energy for you. My goodness. Wow. So here you go. In the recent past, you see, this is what we were talking about earlier, about like the ebb and flow, and to know that everything has its season. That's the card right there, the Seven of Pentacles. I'm not surprised it showed up for you. This is the card of like being impatiently waiting for results, okay? Someone here planted the seed, someone here did the work, and here they are standing over it, watching this tree and say like, ooh, look at those pentacles I grew. Should I start pluck one now? Is it ready yet? Is that the result? Is that the ultimate result? Should I wait till tomorrow? Should I wait another week? Are they gonna get any more ready than this? Like, being impatient. But you did the work. When you do the work, you have to trust and believe that you're gonna get the results, and to wait when the rightful time to start reaping those rewards. That's the message with the chop wood too. Okay, so yes, you've done the work, you did what you were supposed to do. Now it's time to be patient. Be patient, temper yourself. Things are happening. It's happening slow, but it's for a reason. Okay, it is for a reason. Here we have in the near future, what's your card here? We have the Six of Pentacles. My God, you are surrounded. When I tell you, you have no choice here. Spirit is calling you. They're grounding you. Folks, let me tell you, you are the fifth reading I'm doing, and this is the most pentacles I've seen. Like, this is like a lot of earth energy coming forth for you. There's a need here in the near future for you guys to learn the balance of give and take, of give and receive. Okay, I feel like that's an issue for you, Cancer. I feel like for some of you, it's either that you have been giving a lot of yourself with the expectations of receiving a certain something, and perhaps that was not freely discussed, right? You've been doing and doing, giving and waiting to receive, and perhaps like the roles were not explicitly talked about, right? Addressed. And that's why that misunderstanding. Some of you may be feeling like someone is not giving as much. That's why that Five of Pentacles came out with the Two of Cups, and it's creating this harmony because they feel like it's lack of support. Because you may feel like the give and take, there's an imbalance in the give and take in the relationship. But for some of you at the same time, that feeling of hesitation, that feeling of like, when is things gonna change, when is things gonna change, I'm doing all this work, I've been, putting the time, I've been very meticulous of drawing, taking my time to create, to start this new thing. When is it I'm gonna start seeing the rewards? When is it I'm gonna start receiving? Just know that it's happening for you, but patience is needed here. There's no need to fight yourself, to fight fate, to fight time. Things will happen when things are supposed to happen. Okay, Cancer, I'm repeating myself because it's the same message that's coming through very loud and clear for you here. Let's see, this is the U position, the star. Wow, Aquarius energy. So you see, you are the star of this show. Know it, believe it, trust it. You are creating this. This is your fate. It's fated. Have hope. Be hopeful about it all. You don't need to doubt. You don't need to be impatient about it. Once you're hopeful, know it's coming. Know it's coming. When at the rightful time, it's gonna come. Allow yourself to be vulnerable about it. You don't need to put that tough exterior where to stand guard all the time. The advice is to go with the flow here, okay? Like this lady here, in the nude, vulnerable, like dumping some of the water. I say dumping. pouring some of the water back out in that body of water, and some on earth, trying to keep things balanced. The masculine and feminine aspect of the self, keeping it balanced, right? The give and take, keeping it balanced, knowing that you manifested something, you already prayed on something, and it's gonna be coming towards you. Okay, your wish has already been fulfilled. It's coming. All right, so this is you. Here you go. External factors, that's what we're talking about earlier. Knight of Swords or Knight of Wands energy is fast. Things are happening fast externally, you just don't see it yet. To you, it's moving too slow. To you, you're like, I've been working on this forever. I've been at this desk. I've been planting seeds. I've been praying, manifesting. I've been giving. When's the receiving start? It's happening. It's coming. The external factors. You see, there's travel. There's movement. Are happening. You just cannot see it in the upper realm. The angels are working on your behalf. People are placing things. Okay, orders are being placed. There's new companies perhaps that's starting or that are changing their processes just so they can order from you. There are like decisions being made externally that you're not aware of, that all gonna come together to bring you what you've been manifesting. Do you understand, Cancer? It's happening. There you go. Your hope and fear is to have that new beginning, is to have that spark of life, for it to come with action. This is the offer of at the foundation of this. Your hope and fear is to start receiving, is the action of it, of it happening, for you to start seeing it. And look at what's happening in that one here, in that Ace of Wands. We have a beautiful butterfly. That transformation is taking place, and we also have actual flowering happening in that one. Springtime is here. It's springtime. There's the barren land. It's bearing fruit. Here we go. Perhaps it was never bearing. It was just in your thought because you are not seeing it yet. But it wasn't the season. It was still winter. It was still time to rest. The plants have been underground. They've been doing their thing. They just were not ready to show their face because the sun is not out. Now the sun is coming out. The snow is over. Now comes the transformation. Here comes the rewards. Here comes the flowering. Here comes the blossoming. Okay? That's your hope. It's happening. And here we have karma, number 20. Yes, what did you do? This is come to meet your maker. Karma, judgment. If you've done well, you're going to receive well. You're going to receive the rewards of your good deeds. If you've done poorly too, it's time to return for your sins, or, take on what comes with that. So this is karma. This is like something that has to do with your, the outcome. That's the outcome position, is your own karma. What did you create? What have you been creating? What have you been working on? So there's a lesson here, Cancer. Sometimes we can do all the right things. Sometimes we can say all the right things. Sometimes we may feel all the right things. Sometimes we may want all the right things. The magic happens. The secret sauce happen when we do all of those, when all of these are in alignment to the ultimate wish, to our North Star, to our life purpose, to our fate, to our destiny. Wanting it, doing it by creating, believing in it by feeling, speaking it out into the world by not doubting, by communicating clearly about this is me, this is my new me, this is what I'm working on, this is what I believe in. All of this need to be in alignment to this North Star. Okay? You can be doing all of this doing. If you're doubting and setting up boundaries and being too defensive, you're creating obstacles and delay in receiving your abundance, your rewards. If you're giving with fear, well, with expectations of receiving, not being in the moment, not enjoying the process of doing the work, of chopping the wood, of doing the mundane, of doing your duties, it's almost self-erasing, especially if it's something that you're sharing with other people. If you're giving, you feel like, oh, I'm being generous, I'm giving to you, but it's from a place of ego, from a place of like, what am I going to get from this? It almost negates the benefit you can get from giving from your heart, from giving just to give, from giving for to see a smile on someone else's face, to improve someone else's situation, to help them out. If you're doing and you're talking bad about it, about your own actions, about what you're doing, you're putting negative energy into it. So there's a need, Cancer, for you to bring all of this in alignment. Your desires, your actions, your words. We're missing one. Your thoughts. Even, but certainly your feelings, because feelings, these emotions carry energy, and emotions can run intense. It's so important to keep those in alignment. Okay, here we have the 5 of Wands. Yes, ego. Okay, the card of ego, competition. Don't compete with anybody else. Compete with yourself. Compete with your goals, what you're trying to accomplish. Even in regards to a partnership, if you're working with other people, do your part. Do your part to the best of your ability. Enjoy doing that part. Imagine yourself enjoying the rewards, being in the 9 of Pentacles energy in your beautiful garden, enjoying the lavishness of it all, the knowing you've worked hard for all of that. Enjoy the work too. Enjoy the task too. Okay? There's no need to compete. There's no need for ego, for you to bring ego into it. Especially in regards to sharing. Do it from an open heart. There's no, I don't need clarification here. I have the After Tarot for clarification, but I don't feel like I need clarification for you, Cancer. Oh my goodness, look how quick this came. Because there seems like the message keep coming through, the same messages over and over and over again. Okay? Here we have Sisterhood of the Rose at the bottom of the deck. And it says beauty and devotion, priestess, mystic, teacher. Okay, so be devoted to your work, Sisterhood of the Wolves, especially if you're working with other people. Like the sisterhoods, usually like especially like they live in communities, they share everything. There's no ego play. They share the task. They do a lot of like, you know, manual work. That's part of their meditation. That's part of their giving sacrifice, if you will. That's part of like a humbling process for them. Okay, just follow your intuition, follow your heart, stay in the heart space in regards to this. Get out of the ego. Okay, then it is the card that flew out for you before I could even shuffle. And we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seating the light, laying foundation, divine plan. What have we been talking about here? It's laying foundation. This is something that's karmic. That's why your outcome is karma. This is something that's karmic. Okay, this whole plan for you. I feel like for some of you, this is part of like almost like initiation process. It's like a big lesson that you must learn. You need to learn to remain grounded and to humble yourself and to be patient in doing the work and appreciating doing the work, and to do and to give out of your heart, not because out of expectations and, you know, and all of that. Seating the light, laying a foundation, divine plan. Okay, there's a divine plan here. The work you're being called to do right now, no matter how insignificant it may seem to you, no matter how much you feel like you're giving so much, and what are they doing? They're not doing anything. That is part of your plan. And I'm going to read a little bit of that for you from the book. Oh my gosh. Actually, do I have it? Hold on. There's a lot going on here, folks. I do this. I share. It shares my my sewing machine is on the other side of this table. So, Anna, yes, and I did have it with me. Let's see. This don't have number. This is like, there it is. Oh, I just passed it. This is it's separated by different grouping. But I need to read that for you, Cancer. I feel like there's especially a message for you in there. It says, Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seating the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Anna, grandmother of Jesus, was an ancient mystic who dedicated her life to laying the foundations for Christ's consciousness to be woven through all of life. She is not widely known, but without her, Christ consciousness could not be rising as it is today. Anna represents the quiet dedication that is sometimes required to live a life of service. She represents the generations that came before that devoted their lives to dreaming a new world into being while knowing that they would not see the glorious end result. She represents the dutiful soldier, the unconditional mother, and the mystic who can see the thread that is woven through all of life. Anna teaches us that we all have a part to play in the divine plan. It doesn't have to be on the world stage to be significant. One person's part is not worthier than another. One person's part may not be to mother their children. Another's may be to gather women in circle each month. No part is better or worse, more important or less significant. We each have within us a seed of light that we incarnated to share. Anna is gathering us all to remember and surrender to our part of the plan. If that's not a summation of this whole reading, I don't know what is. Hopefully you can pause it and read it for yourself. Hopefully it's capturing the image well enough for you guys. And I'm going to let you read the Work Your Light activation to help you guys out, because I feel like some of you need that work. Please do not downplay your role. Do not shortchange yourself. Do not compare yourself. Do not approach this from ego. There is a purpose. This is your karma, okay? It says here, this has been in plan forever. You have your own role. Spirit is working with you. You are part of the bigger plan, and that's your role. And don't think it's less significant than another. No matter what your role may be, do it with pride, do it with love, do it with joy, okay? I'm in a new role. If you told me 3 years ago I would be doing this, I would be like, here we are. Okay, there you go, Cancer. So it says here, hold the heart on your heart and say. So I'm going to keep it here. You may close your eyes and imagine it, or just looking at it and imagine it on your heart, you know. Beloved Anna, thank you for laying the foundations for the divine plan. May the seeds of light within me be revealed, and may I surrender to my part of the divine plan. That's your prayer, Cancer. Thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And I do hope you guys get something out of this. That's the whole point. If you're interested in a personal reading, please visit lanmouspiritual.com. And I will see you next week for the love reading, for the love message. Until then, remember, love is real. And your part is important. This is part of your karma, okay? We all have a role to play. Don't shortchange yourself. Don't compare yourself to other people. Love is the order. This is fated. This is destiny. Karma. That foundation has been laid. Seeding the light. That foundation has been laid way back then. All right? Bye, guys. Thank you.